Okay, a very good afternoon to everyone. So we have gathered here for Bibek Jyotish Ononno Samman to be rendered to Professor Partha Proti Majumder, National Science Chair, Scientific Excellence, Government of India, Distinguished Professor John C.Martin Center for Liver Research and Innovations, Emeritus Professor of Indian Statistical Institute. This is being honored by Swami Vivekananda University. So I would like to request our respected Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Dr. Subrata Kumar De, to kindly felicitate. Very good afternoon to everyone. So we have come up over here for a short interview session in Bibek Jyoti Ononno Samman rendered to Professor Partha Proti Majumder by Swami Vivekananda University. So first of all, tell us how are you feeling being honored with this award?
Oh, it's absolutely delightful, and I'm so great to be honored this way. And this is my first visit to the university. I'm absolutely stunned and delighted as to what has happened in this part of the state, which I had not known really. So I'm absolutely grateful to all of you.
Thank you, sir. We are privileged, sir. And sir, talking about your experience and talking about your journey, what are the challenges you have faced to come up to this point, and what are the points where you got motivated and triggered to go forward in your career?
So, people know me as a biologist, but actually I'm not a biologist. My training has been in statistics, mathematics and statistics. I was trained at the Indian Statistical Institute. That's where I grew up. So moving into biology was a challenge, and the reason why I moved into biology is because in some ways biology was my first love. I was good in mathematics and statistics, went into that vocation, but eventually I did want to do biology, and in biology, genetics is very quantitative. So my background, my training in statistics and mathematics came of good use. The major challenge for me at that point of time, after I finished my PhD with statistics, was how do I learn biology? I went to do a postdoc in the United States, and I started taking undergraduate courses in biology, and that was a big challenge. To learn biochemistry, to learn cell biology, to learn molecular biology, but I've come a long way, so I've overcome those challenges, and it's really good that I've been able to overcome those challenges because I've been able to do some things that are very close to my heart.
Absolutely, sir. So any second thought apart from where you have chosen your career to be like, if not this, then I'll go for it?
Oh, no second thoughts at all. There were no second thoughts. It was kind of by chance that I got into the Indian Statistical Institute, but after that, there was no looking back.
Right, sir. So actually talking about our students and also of us, like we have a tendency that we are very bad in mathematics, so we should go for biology. So was there any kind of a school incident or a college incident like this in your studies which have triggered you to go in this particular?
Mine was actually just the opposite of what you said, right? Okay. I was reasonably good in mathematics in school. Of course, statistics didn't exist at the school level at that time. And so our entrance examination in statistics at the Indian Statistical Institute was primarily mathematics. So I got into biology because I actually liked biology, and in some ways my father had a lot of influence on me in my becoming passionate about biology, primarily because he was with the Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute. He was a scientist in that institute. And so I sort of grew up, with fishes and all those kinds of things. So the passion in biology grew out of him. And so that's how I actually got into biology.
Yes, sir. So for Bengalis and mainly for Bengali parents, they always try to push their children to either engineering or medical or kind of this. And whenever we come to any interdisciplinary courses like biostatistics or biochemistry, then they will tell that no, go opt for engineering or medical. So how do you see this thing?
Oh, it happened to me as well. not a push from my parents. When we graduated from school, when we passed out of school, chemical engineering was the in thing.
Right.
Everybody who scored well in the school examinations had to become a chemical engineer. And so again, there was a push from home that I should also become a chemical engineer. But then the push was not so great. And so when I got into passed the entrance examination, the interviews of the Indian Statistical Institute, my parents didn't actually force me to get into chemical engineering. They allowed me to do what I like to do. So, but there was a tacit pressure to become an engineer, and chemical engineer at that.
Exactly. And so, what is your view in towards the studies and also research in interdisciplinary subjects like this biostatistics or biochemistry or bioinformatics? And when we talk about the applied subjects like microbiology or biotechnology, what is your view in the next 5 years?
Well, borders of sciences have completely evaporated. We just don't have any pure sciences per se, except for mathematics. I think mathematics is the purest of them all. But any other kind of subject that you take, what used to be called as pure science disciplines, has become completely impure. Impure not in the bad sense, but impure in the sense that boundaries have evaporated. And now, if you want to contribute to that subject, you have to know multiple disciplines. And it's all interdisciplinary right now. So the word interdisciplinary is common state. That is what it is, and you don't have a pure science per se. You can't pursue a science of biology without learning statistics. You can't pursue chemistry without learning biology. It's become like that. I mean, if you want to contribute to that particular area, you have to know other areas as well. So it's become completely interdisciplinary.
Answer for the information for our students, mainly for undergraduate students, what should be their view after completing the undergraduate degree? Will there be the view for the going for placement opportunities or research?
So it all depends.
Even for postgrad.
Yeah, so I would say that at the undergraduate level, you have to be good in something. You have to be passionate about some subject. At that point of time, you don't think about interdisciplinarity. You think about one particular subject and be good in that. Be proficient in that subject. After that, doors will open up, because if you are good in one subject, doors open up, and then whether or not you want to pursue postgraduate studies, whether you want to get into a vocational, professional discipline or not, it all depends on you. Not everybody needs to get into scientific research, because not everybody likes scientific research. People do like other kinds of vocations. So it's important that you let your heart speak where you want to go. But it's very, very important at the undergraduate level to be good in one subject, to be passionate about one subject, and then doors open up. If you don't have a passion towards learning one particular subject, doors don't open up. That's my point.
Right. So, and for PhD scholars, whenever they talk about postdoc, then they always think about going abroad for continuing this degree. So, do you think that the prospects and aspects in India is fewer compared to the abroad?
Right now, when we were students, I think prospects were less. But now I think there are enormous opportunities for postdoctoral research in India, and of various kinds. Right now, like she said, that interdisciplinary. So right now, most institutions will have interdisciplinary research going on in their own institutes. When we were growing up, that wasn't the case. So right now, there is no major compulsion of going for postdoctoral research to a country outside of India. But having said that, it's not a bad idea at all to go out of national boundaries to do postdoctoral research, because then you get a lot of, exposure to various kinds. I mean, in some ways we are very conservative. I can only speak about the United States, where I spent a lot of my own time doing postdoctoral research, teaching there in the universities and so on. They are much less conservative than a country like India. India is also opening up, but the United States is much less conservative. And so if you go there, you get exposure to a variety of not just science, but also humanities, social sciences, and all of that. So going abroad is not a bad thing at all, but all that I will say is that even if you go abroad for doing a postdoc, do come back. Don't decide to stay in some other country, primarily because this country has provided you with all the education and all of that, and you need to return the fruits of that to your own country. So I'm not very averse to people going abroad, but all that I will say is that they ought to come back and work in this country so that they can also serve this country and not another country.
Right, sir. And for the students who are pursuing their studies, what are the areas where they can improve their skills in order to become more employable, or if they want to shine in the research area, then they can shine? What are the areas?
Look, I'm very, very clear about this. You just have to be good in something, period. If you're good in something, you become employable. If you're trying to dabble in multiple things, then you're not employable. So only yesterday, day before yesterday, if you read the Telegraph, there was a major op-ed by Anup Sinha, who actually made this point that right now we don't read books, we don't need teachers, you get everything from the internet. What you get is information and not knowledge. So he made a major distinction between information and knowledge, which I subscribe to. And if you have the Telegraph, day before yesterday, he wrote this. Yesterday, Professor Shukant Chaudhary wrote another article about teachers and teaching. So, almost 2 consecutive days, there was a lot of discussion about teachers, teaching, classroom, and so on and so forth. So I would just say this, that you become employable. You can do well in life if you're passionate about one subject and if you learn one subject well. If you're trying to dabble in multiple things, you're jack of all trades really, and you don't really master anything. And it's mastery over one particular arena, one particular domain that's very important. And once you are master of one particular domain, you can learn other domains much more effectively, much more easily. And eventually you become either employable, you can become teachers in a university, you can become a researcher, do a PhD, whatever, all doors open up. So my appeal to all of you would be just be, and don't let others dictate what you need to do. You need to follow your own passion, that's all. Not even your parents. You have to be serious and good about something and let your passion, let your heart, do the reading, so to say.
Absolutely, sir. And for faculties like us, like we have started from a new university like SVU. So what are your suggestions where we can improve also? Like teaching goes hand in hand with research. So
Yes.
writing projects, publications, and mentoring students as well. So what are your views where we can improve ourselves in?
There's no particular views. It's really a difficult time for you guys, primarily because of the milieu in which we are living and the kind of funding that we are getting in science. There are many more researchers right now, but our science budget has not increased. If anything, science budget has decreased. And so you guys are facing a lot of challenges in getting grants and so on. But one needs to keep trying. The only message that I'll have for people like you who are, starting your careers in research is that reach out to people of similar caliber, of similar age, of similar passion in other institutions. Work in a multi-institutional way, in a multidisciplinary way, submit project proposals. Those are the ones that are more likely to get funded. That will carry you forward.
Thank you, sir, for your suggestion. So last but not the least, your message for our university.
As I said, this is a new university. I also have set up a new institution not very far away from here in Kalyani. It all depends on how you excite your students. The message for your university will be for you, do good work, do good research, contribute to science, and excite your students. That's all will be my
Thank you,
message.
sir. Thank you so much. And we look forward to the support and guidance from your end so that we can also improve. So thank you so much, everyone. Here we conclude the event of Vivek Jyoti Onanno Samman Award given by Swami Vivekananda University to Professor Partha Majumder. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you for your